happening, brain fans? Finally back with another video. I'm putting out about like 2 a year, which is kind of lame, but maybe at some point I'll work on that. Anyway, it's that time of year again for my wife's annual birthday dragon drawing. For those that have followed me at all, you've seen some of these in the past. I started drawing her dragons because she loves dragons, and they're formatted to fit her monitor for work because she works in IT. She has to sit in front of a computer for work all day. So that's what this is. This year's theme was an Arctic dragon. Looked at a bunch of reference for like polar bears and stuff. Man, I wish I could really stipple that fast in real life. So she had requested last year that the next dragon be, instead of a fully rendered digital painting like I had been doing, more like a pen and ink kind of thing, because she apparently likes my work, pen and ink work better. So that's what I did. This was done in Procreate again, so I apologize for the kind of lousy resolution on this close-up of the stippling of the dragon's head here, all those scales and whatnot, but that's just the resolution that it puts out. For those of you that don't know, Procreate is a cool drawing app on the iPad. One of the cool features and the reason why I use it when I do these drawings, but I pretty much don't use it any other time, is because it records every stroke you make and turns it into a little time-lapse video, which is pretty cool because it allows me to put a video like this together without spending all of my storage space on my iPad doing screen recordings, because this piece took me like 54 or 56 hours and 4 minutes or something close to that. So anyway, was really spending a lot of time trying to explore what I could do with inking. I've been exploring in some of my other comic strip work, just styles of mark making and hatching and creating shadows and textures and things like that. And this guy had a lot of opportunity to explore that for me. So I was kind of playing around with using the marks that I was making to indicate both texture and shadow at the same time, which is kind of apparent in the fur. It was a lot of a lot of little individual lines, a lot of work, very tedious, just like the stippling, just very, very tedious. I could have made some brushes to speed things up, but I didn't really like that. I make brushes in other programs and use them when I need to, but I really just wanted to do this one by hand because I'm sadistic or something. You'll see a lot of marks being made and then erased, and marks being made and then erased, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what kinds of marks and the sizes of marks that I wanted to use to create the illusion of certain textures, like in the snow and in the fur. And then I spent a ton of time on those crystals. Drawing the outlines was one thing that took a while to kind of get the sense of the geometry. In those mountains in the background also, I spent a lot of time looking at reference pictures and trying to figure out how I wanted to capture the light and the shadow and the snow effect. So when I was doing these crystals, it was challenging because I picked a range of tones that I wanted to use, and I was trying not to have any two of the same tones side by side, which wasn't always possible. But then you can see I was going through and adding sort of like some gradient to it. Crystal is a weird material, and it's something that I'm probably going to spend some time exploring more as we get into the zoomed up or close-ups here, and the video is going to be wrapping up soon. But one more note on those crystals is my wife has from her grandmother a large amethyst crystal that I used as sort of reference. I really wanted to get into more detail on it. I wanted to add more textures and weathering and like cracks and all that kind of stuff. But it was already taking me too long. And at the size that it was going to be at, the detail was just going to look muddy. So there it is. There's the finished product. Happy birthday to my wife. And as always, do what the monkey says.